on. Oh, it's on now. Right. Oh, hey everybody. Hey Rose. Got done watching a musical. That's good. That's good news. Daniel, good morning. Everybody else, kick rocks. In a happy way, in a fun way. And really own it. Because kicking rocks can be fun. Once you've popped, you just can't stop. I got some fan mail. Oh, this is from little Timmy in Big Ol' Rock, Arkansas. Timmy, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It looks just like me. I mean, especially the feathers up my butt. It's perfect. Really appreciate that. All right. This is from Seki Bliger from 1234 Internet Web. New subscriber USA 54321. That's a story. That sucks. What's that? Nut. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Bring it down a little bit. Come down to my level. Alright, how about that? Alright. Let's find out what this says. Dearest Mr. Grubb, first time subscriber, long time believer. I was wondering how art has changed your life, and has it made your life better? My neighbor's dog loves your show. Thanks, Slecky Biker. Slaggy, that's probably the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me in my entire life. I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Slecky. This is from Mikey Ortega from Boise, Idaho, in California, Idaho, 9723-41056. Smells like the third grade. Hello, Story Grabs. This is Mikey Ortega from Idaho. I made art for you. It's you. Oh, you're the one that did the... Okay, yeah. But I think Mikey did this one, maybe. You're smiling because you got a new subscriber. And your bones are showing because your insides glow in the dark because your soul is burning hot with hellfire. Thanks. What the... It's like the kid has known me all of his life. So, don't forget to microwave your bones and massage your skin every night. Otherwise, you'll end up looking like this. This is the strangest thing and the strangest life that I will ever live. Thank you, Mikey. Really appreciate it. Back in the cradle. Back in the coffin. Alright. Yeah, I really appreciate it, everybody. I also got a letter from somebody, but there wasn't an envelope. But basically, it's kind of short. You know, it just came with no name attached, so it was just saying all this stuff, and then it was a long, I forget, it's in the notes here somewhere. Oh, right here. But I can't read it because I wasn't trained in the Great Discipline. But if I'm lucky, I'll get a paper cut, and if my blood soaks into the paper and gets into me, then I will be holier than the paper that I hold. You gotta respect paper. Stationary products of any caliber, well, they'll save your life in the long run. Analog, baby. It's too tight. But I tried. That's the point. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for the fan mail. Now I'm sure, I think next week's segment is going to be hate mail. And it's going to be a good one. Because if you're like me, you know that there's no such thing. Next, they're going to be telling you that the earth is in the shape of a marble, like it's round and it's like three-dimensional, and toads don't really, mess you up if you lick them. And that's what the ribbit means. It's a coming to the galaxy, lick my back and I'll lick yours kind of thing. It's a relationship that we have with nature that a lot of people are afraid to admit still exists, and it's how we speak to the Great Mother, by licking these little bastards' backs. I know I've been there once or twice, and I know my homies out there know exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta roll with it. Sometimes. But it don't really matter anyways. I forget what I was talking about. Don't you love when that happens? When you're at the bank and all of a sudden you're at the thing and they're like, "Hi, how can I help you?" And I'm like, "Yay, hey, how you doing? I would like to withdraw some money." And they're like, "How much money would you like to withdraw?" And I say, and then they're looking at me and they're like, "Sir, you have a guitar and now you're playing a song for some reason." And I start singing. It goes left, it goes right, it goes up and down tonight. Yeah, I'm singing on the dance floor, the dance floor of love. Yeah, a little bit of twang in there, a little bit of love, a little bit of funk, all that kind of shit. Oh, keep it up now, come on now. And so on and so forth. But that wasn't the point of the story. The point is that there is no point, I guess. Yeah. Isn't that right? Hello, Petra. Hello again, Daniel. Hello to everybody. Drink some water if you've got it. I brought these new glasses. You see, these glasses are magic, and they make me forget who I really am. Usually I've got these little, the cameras make me look like I've got teeny little beady eyes, right? Which I do, of course. But these things, you put these on, and you turn into a 1967 pistol rocket. I don't even know what that means. It just came out my mouth. But then you put them up a little bit more to fit, and it just sort of works, you know. They're kind of intimidating. I look at people on the street and they say, "Oh my gosh," they don't even want to look at me, you know. But it's perfect for my beady little eyes. These little teeny, what do you call them? Like portholes or something like that in a submarine. That's the word I'm looking for. Life is weird, man. Life is really weird, you know. one minute you're milking the crabs, and then the next you're gifting with the gabs. You know, it is kind of strange, you know. That's why I try not to be too hard on myself. That way I can actually be easier on others as well, because we are each other, and we bounce off each other, and we do all sorts of weird stuff. Our energies sleep, or we sleep, they go out and they party all night while we're dreaming and stuff. You know, that's where we get things on, and that's how we get things rolling most of the time. But you know, it's just like rock and roll, baby. That's just how it is. Most of the time, the songs don't even have to make sense, but love is there, and the intention of love is in the air. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? I wrote this when I fell in love a long time ago. Oh, love is in the air. Whoa. Oh, everywhere there's love. In the closet with the raccoon and the dogs, making love to the frogs. And I think I like it. I wrote that song the first time I ever broke the sound barrier. The third time that day, but same day anyways. You don't get a neck like this overnight, you know. It takes years of lying and deceiving and stuff, and telling weird stories about nothing. Telling weird stories and bringing up the past that doesn't even matter anyway. What would it matter anyway if it were true? Nothing. But why are we fascinated with nothing? Because it truly is the meaning of life. Once you realize that it all is nothing, but there's something in nothing, that's when you can truly really start seeing the beauty in the world, I think. It's like riding a horse through the forest, you know, for your first time. I remember those days. Quite liked it. But, you know, horses, they're expensive. I always wanted to feed those alfalfa pellets, you know, those things you should chuck at your brother on the back of his head. Holy moly. So I got this scar. Do you see it? It's in the shape of a horseshoe nail. Right there. My brother threw an acorn at me once, and it planted in my jaw and planted a tree. I didn't know for 3 years until it was sprouting out like a little bee. And like they chipped it off. You can still feel it. It's still in there somewhere. It's pretty cool. You know, I'm open to everything. I'm open to many things, especially my choice in sunglasses and things I put on my head. It is a trip, though, just being alive. It is a trip. And again, just like seeing how people live their lives, or what they choose to hold on to. or find it entertaining. I guess to a degree, I think that life is kind of, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things, but it's also just a tragic sort of joke, like a dark humor, like a dark comedy or something like that. And it is. It just because there is just such amazing stuff that happens, and then obviously there's just as amazing as you can imagine. On the opposite side of that coin, there's always going to be the most hideous, disgusting thing you could ever imagine too. How so it's just it's it's hard to find a median there. Sometimes kind of drives you crazy because part of me wants to rip people's heads off and collect heads and start a little factory of heads that were talking to me. We're all like talking, but it's just heads. We would be called the heads of state, and we would actually we'd I don't know, hire like a sign walker or something like that, and we would name that person state, and we would be heads of that state, that person, just to mix things up. I think art is, it can be objective, it can be subjective, it can be bombactive, it can be flumflective. It definitely be surrounded with a bit attractive, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, art is art. You know what I mean? You just gotta roll with it. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. I haven't been able to read the comments. I'm sorry. I'm busting out the real deal here. I'm just trying to keep it real deal. Get out of here with that. There we go. I don't know if this one fits, but it's like, yeah, I'm a cartoon. I wasn't born yesterday. I really didn't even have a name. Something in the garden comes this way. I'm lost without you. On this horrible day. That was the song I wrote about this person I met at the grocery store. I was standing in line behind this person, and they sort of fell backwards on accident. They slipped on something and fell backwards. And I kind of just held them up, and they said, "Oh, thanks." And I said, "No, no problem." And that was that. That was it. Never talked to him ever again. All right, let's see here. Life is like toilet paper goes faster at the end. See? It is. Or it's like the car ride back from like the lake. It's a lot faster than the drive up there. Or when you're gonna go camping or go to the anywhere outside of town. But that's what I'm saying. That's even because even just like paying attention to things like that, like making a metaphor for existing out of toilet paper, a toilet paper metaphor for just what you just did is kind of brilliant. And as something as simple as that, we have to deal with millions of things in our heads all the time and navigate all these crazy invisible lines and stuff. It's something I've been thinking a lot about lately. Just everybody's different perspective realities. And I'm not trying to sound smart. It's just words. Me like words and stuffs and things, pretty much. No, it's interesting to pay attention to what drives people. I guess that's what kind of fascinates me about other people, is what drives other people. What are your passions? What do you dream about? What's your favorite song? Who's your favorite person? Who's your number one that you would call on in a time of need? You know, do you love yourself? Do you feel the same things that I feel? Because I don't know, it changes all the time too. I hate how everybody acts like they have to be stuck to a certain rigid belief system or something. It just never made sense to me. Because my attitude for people changes all the time, and the older I've gotten, the more empathy I have for people. And I hate to use that word lightly. But, you know, just in general, having compassion for people should be the goal. But I think that starts with the self. And I'm definitely not perfect at love myself either, but I've never just really wanted. I mean, there's been people I should have hurt in the time that, you know, I had every right to defend myself, kind of stuff, you know. But I never did that, and I never fought back. I guess I just never wanted to fight anybody ever. So I'm in a different sort of state. Anyways. I like to think. I like to think so, anyways. Let's see. It's so very. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it is too, Petra. I think it is too. Especially, you know, because. And I always have this issue with people that are pushing it that don't even follow their own rules, you know, or pushing perfection onto people, or shaming them for, you know, being themselves. And I just wonder about, because usually that kind of stuff comes right around to bite you, right? Like you in the ass as well. Like once they come for these sorts of people or that sort of person or this sort of thing, you know, they'll start going after you too. And they've already got their claws and everything. And when, of course, when I say they, I'm talking about the reptilians and the graboids. I don't know if anybody has ever had to deal with graboids, but you don't want to be in a New Mexican desert, high noon, without a rock to land on, because those things will chase you down and eat you whole, from a hole in the ground. Beautiful creatures, but deadly, deadly dangerous. Dead ass dead ass deadly and dangerous, my friends. It's just the 3Ds. That's the 3Ds right there, baby. You've got to watch out for these critters. For in the end, they are just critters from another litter. You've got to pay some respect to the beast too, as you should. But holy goddamn damn, you got to run. Holy goddamn damn. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I mean, that's all I got. Oh, shit. Sorry, darling. That's okay. Yeah. I love you. I love you too. So what are y'all doing after the show tonight? I was thinking we can go see a movie or something. One second. Oh, yeah. When the earthquakes happen, I use them to my advantage and I get some exercise in. And usually the exercise happens when I'm trying to take a sip of water every single time. Of course, there's earthquakes all the time, but usually I'm drinking water. No excuse, friends. I am so darn sorry. Well, I'm your friend. I'm your friend until the end of time. I never did like that song. It never sat well with me. I didn't. No, I just don't like the message. Just kidding. Aaron. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? Great. You're awesome. You're awesome. Great artist. Not me. I'm just I mean, look at my shirt. It's just little stars. I'm just a reflection of you, my friend. I guarantee you there could be like some kind of 6 degrees of separation or something like that. Besides, you're here now. And you come by all the time. Oh, believe me, I'm right there with you, my friend. Yeah. But just because, but also just if you react to one situation one way, I'm not, and another way doesn't take away the compassion from the other situation. It doesn't, you know, wipe all of it, away, in my opinion. Unless, you're a like a serial killer, and that's a little bit different or something. But yeah, it can definitely work against you. Oh, Johnny, are we still alive? What? I thought you said we cut this 20 minutes ago. I've been running on fumes for the last 15 minutes, Johnny. You're fired, buddy. Sorry, everybody. I thought we were... I mean, come on. This is supposed to be a fun thing for everybody, and you guys are ruining it. Oh, jeez Louise. My cat hates me. My cat hates you, and she's hated us from the start. You know? I mean, my cat hates a tree. My cat hates shoes. My cat even hates art. What is this? Who wrote this? Who wrote this? My cat hates everything I want to do. She even hates my art. Abigail, did you talk to somebody or my cat? Cat store was my favorite. What the weird time of? It's just it gets crazy down here. I think it turns into another language, right here. I knew it. This explains everything, and then it turns into this symbol, which I've been seeing all over the world in ancient caverns that I've been traveling to for the past 47 years. It's all there. And my cat's been a part of it the entire time. Oh, my God. This just in, these are the cue cards. I have nobody here. Everybody left, and I'm all alone. My entire crew has left except for my cat, obviously, but now I know why. She's gonna kill me. She's been trying to do it for years. Okay, let's see. Hello, artist. Today we're speaking with Story Grab. No, that's not. This is from 17 years ago. When were we expecting to do that? Is that why some of these have been feeling so familiar? We're using old scripts. Are we that cheap? Son of a... This is a Leonard Cohen song. Cohen. I just walked the plank. I'm overcome like a broken drum. Stop the train. This ain't no holiday. I'm all over till the end, where it all began. All over to the end, washed up on land. What the is this? This is just scumbag loser. Get me some milk. I don't want to be here. Where's the microwave? Who wrote this crap? I like that one, actually. Oh, there's more. Let's see. Sunday morning, and I'm walking with style while the rest of you are snoring. I'm practicing my smile. Oh, I think I was trying to write children's books here. I crapped in the hallway. I slipped in the mud. Here we go. Yep. Saturday morning. Right there. I have fond memories of the few times we got to watch Saturday morning cartoons, and I miss Thursdays. Just when the world did, when you started developing an imagination, and the world did seem just like a big playground. Everywhere you went, it was just your world. I don't even know what all this. Oh, this is. But yeah, the cue card holder. He left. He left me alone. I don't know what's going on anymore. All of these stories gone. Gone like the wind. So anyways, that's what I was thinking. So if anybody has any suggestions, I'm definitely open to it. It's just kind of scary, so I don't mean to take it out on you. Just a little bit, maybe just a little bit. All right. I was thinking I might be able to draw a little bit. Hold on, these damn California earthquakes. It's California. California earthquake. Bye, Daniel. California earthquake. Don't know what I'm gonna do. But I don't think that matters. I like to draw. It makes me feel big and bad. In a good way. Big like a bug on the rug. Not like in size or anything, you know. Just like a bug that can lift 10 times its own weight, that's all. That's all. Not trying to breathe in all the oxygen out of the room, you know what they say, right? I don't know. I'll just draw an eye. I'll just draw an eye. There. He has a funny little nose. Bug, big bug. See little faces. What do I dream? It's a lot like those Matrix movies. And when I become aware of the dream, for example, I become basically it's like a version of Neo, you know? I become my own version of Neo. I can just there even in your dream, you know, you can kind of get in the zone. You can find that you can tap into that thing, you know, that that consciousness that just is there waiting for you to grab a hold of it. And in my dream, I can just completely take over the planet, basically the universe. It's in my, at least in the vicinity, but mostly just the planet. But I have recurring dreams and lots of running away from monsters in dark corridors and stuff. I dream about hotels that are all abandoned and weird, and I'm running in them, hiding from people or like these creatures and stuff. And I go throughout the rooms, and there's just weird stuff going on in every room, and because it's like mostly empty, but every once in a while you run into people, and of course in your dreams they're all just different versions of you, very different variations. That's what dreams are good for. You get to walk in other people's shoes for a while, and it can be freaking scary. I've been to jail in my dreams, like where I'm in prison and stuff, locked up. All of a sudden, I'm just there, and I know that I did something like really bad to get there, and I just sort of like come to, and I'm just there, and those are really scary, because prison would suck. Many times, but yeah, I mean, I've been dreaming lucidly ever since I can remember, and I mean, especially like even before my parents divorced, which was around 8 years old, um, I was having dreams. Like I had this super fucking vivid dream where the gremlins from the movie, the gremlins like killed my mom, but they did it in a way that it was very cinematic. From my bedroom, I was looking down the hall, and I saw my mom fall out of frame, kind of into the other room, but it was behind a wall, so it was out of my view. But then the gremlins just like started dogpiling on her, and I could tell she was like right there, and she was screaming in pain, and I was like crying and stuff in the dream, and I woke up and I was crying and screaming and stuff. My dad and my mom were there. Um, it was really intense, and that was I must have been I was probably like 4 or 5 years old. It was right around the time I lost my tooth the first time. Everybody could. And that was we lived like way out in the freaking country. We had to drive about 10 miles to get to my school. We lived in another town, and I went to school in. That was when I lived, because we ended up moving there too. But we lived way out in the country on this ranch, and there was just a house there that we rented, but we didn't have anything to do with the ranch. But it was a working ranch, and they baled hay and everything. My brother and I would go out there, and there was two barns, so one of them looked like we called it the Jason barn because it looked like Friday the 13th. If you know your Jason, I think it's the third one, when there's a barn in it, and Jason is sitting up in the loft, in the hay loft, looking down. And we used to think that we could see things up there looking down at us. We'd go in there and play, and out back that was when we would find all these dead things and stuff, because it was just endless fields, like. And then because it was in the valley in California, but then it was on the western side of the valley, so in Northern California, and it's really pretty. And it was I don't know, almost dreamlike, because we would go way up into the foothills at the very bottom of these huge, the mountains that lead to the coast and everything. And just my brother and I, like 3 or 4, like 4 miles from our house and stuff. I was like 5 years old, you know. And we would just go in these ditches, these canals and stuff that were out there, and we would find all sorts of crazy stuff, and we had to go under fences, and we were just exploring our just world. And but I remember the grass was so green because it was springtime, and um, we were like rolling down these grassy hills, and it was just so. Thinking back now, anyways, it's very dreamlike, has a dreamlike quality to it. But I know we also change our memories over time as well. Because I think I started dreaming about rolling hills like that too a lot more, and then after we left that place, that was when I started controlling my dreams. And I was about 5, I guess. Yeah. This is when I can detail. Oh yeah, there's a lot of different. This area that I live in right now is super beautiful as well. It's gorgeous. I love California. There's a lot to it. Art show is this Saturday. See color with eyes closed? Oh yeah, I dream in color. My dreams are very psychedelic. The funny thing is, I think I mentioned this recently, but I think one of the reasons or one of the ways I learned how to lucid dream was because of uh, um, Nightmare on Elm Street. Dream Warriors, I think it was number 3, Dream Warriors. And I remember because they, in their dreams, they could actually, control their dreams, and there was these tricks to doing it, and they sort of introduced that idea to me, and I think that was when I started doing that. So yeah, and I do remember the first time very vividly. I remember the first time of flying in my dream, because I've said this before on this channel a lot, but but I knelt down just like Neo does at the end, or like in the movies, or whatever. And I like pushed off, and this is way before the Matrix. This is like 1988 or something like that, And so I didn't even have that sort of influence in my life yet, which is kind of funny, because when I saw the Matrix, I was like, oh my God, that's just like in my dreams. Like art imitating life. But I flew up into the sky, and then I couldn't stop. So I went into outer space, and I suffocated, and I died. The very first time I tried to fly in my dreams, I killed myself. On accident, of course. You should try. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta introduce the idea into your subconscious, and look for things, look for clues. But you gotta kind of, it's hard to explain how you gotta turn yourself on. You gotta flip a switch and realize, because usually I don't know I'm dreaming until something is too obvious, Sometimes it's just very obvious, where like, no, this is definitely a dream, because there's no way this would ever happen, It's kind of funny. Because then you can practice, and it takes time to develop it in finding your own, path into the dream world. Because everybody's is different, and yeah, it does take practice and a little bit of time. But it's almost like it's almost like you shouldn't think about it too much. or too hard, otherwise it won't happen, kind of thing. You know, you just gotta tap into like that. You just gotta own it. Some that's a weak. You just gotta own it. I'm very tired. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Long day. Oh gosh. I love family chief. We certainly are. We certainly are. We certainly, flirtingly are. Indeed we do, indeed we don't. Indeed you come over and we sink a boat in two, in threes, and fours. I want some ice cream. Who's got some ice cream? Let's eat some ice cream together. Who wants some ice cream? A milkshake wrapped in a warm tortilla, served cold. Put that thing in the microwave for about 5 minutes on a paper plate. Throw a little bit of tinfoil inside that baby. You got yourself a humdinger of a breakfast burrito there. Well, I don't wanna die yet. I've gotta take my laundry off the line. I've gotta fold it up and put it away before I go away for good. I'm scared. I'm scared of tomorrow. That was a song I wrote when I was 2.5 years old. I just saved my entire family from a flipped canoe. And they're being attacked by a rogue bear. It was just hell of a day. Hell of a day. And that's also the name of the song. Hell of a day. Thank you for the kind words, everybody. Genesis wild quote from I'm gonna head out. I could show you. I'll show you the art. This is a lot of the art I'm taking over there tomorrow. Big one. And then there's some more back there. And there's more in that bag right there. These are like oil paintings I did. Mannequins. These things. We'll see. You know, it's not about, this is the yard sale that we're going to be doing on Saturday. It's kind of cool. Our garage looks awesome right now. So, there's my kitty. That's Abby. There's Abigail. I'm getting rid of this little amp. I've had this amp for like 10 years. these things. Look, this is like a. But I figure somebody else could probably put it to use. I only ever use them very sporadically. But I'm not getting rid of this guitar. It's just sitting over here. These are all my clothes I'm gonna get rid of. We got some body hooks. We got some gentle leaders and all sorts of stuff too. If anybody's interested in some of that kinky weird shit, you know, I'm just saying. It's like Hellraiser up in here. I mean, like Cenobites and stuff. What the hell's going on? Oh gosh. Hold on a second. Oh my goodness. All right. So, you know, if I had to say one thing about anything, about any of this, it would just be like, come on, get on with it kind of thing, you know? But I think it's gonna work out, you know? You would tell me if there was somebody behind me, right? You would tell me. You sick. You would tell me, right? You would tell me. Yeah. No, it's okay. Hello. Oh, I'll tell you. Say hi. Who's it? Petra? Abby. Abby? That's as close as we're gonna get to see her for a little while. Petra says hi. Petra said hello. Petra said hello. I have to kind of do the kitty talk, otherwise she doesn't quite understand. But we're okay. She's gone. We're never gonna see her again. So that was a little field trip. That was something. Hello, internet. Ow. Let me fix this here. Hold on. There we go. Hello, everybody. Hi. I'm wearing your shirt. You are here, right there. I mean, not on my nipple, but I'll just do it right here. That's probably safer. Right there, that star. You guys are that star. Hello, vlogs. Good night. Good night to you. I was gonna read you guys a story, but I guess we'll wrap it up. It's okay. I didn't have anything prepared. My ride's here anyways. I did a lot of bad things. I did a lot of good things. But God damn it, I didn't do a lot of pretty good bad things. Sons of... Oh, they're not coming. False alarm. Panama. Gadsky. What happened? Well, did you hear the sirens? They're coming. There's this thing, Gadsky, from Panama, and it's called the World Bank of the World. Okay? Let's just say I made a little, not deposit, what's the opposite of deposit? Let's just, Gatsky from Panama, let's just say that I I took out some money from the World Bank yesterday, no. And they're probably hanging out outside my door getting ready to kick it in right now. I can hear the machine guns. Yep, and I can hear the handcuffs click. I have superb hearing. And they went to Loretta's down the street for lunch, I can tell, because those are the only people in town that use elephant garlic. Yeah, I'm telling you. I can smell them. Mm-hmm. Okay, absolutely. Absolutely. You shut the hell up. You shut the hell up. I don't need you blaring in my ear every 2 seconds either. I love you too. What? I don't know, macaroni and cheese or something. I'm live right now. I can't. With onions and hot dogs? Sure. Can you cut the hot dogs up and just fry them up a little bit for me? Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. I know, I love you too. All right, fuck off. Bye. Sorry, everybody. That was my partner. They they live in another dimension, and I don't know who I was just talking to be honest. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's see what happens. You are welcome. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, that's why I put my hair like this today because I needed it to. I wanted it to. I didn't want to have to talk. I wanted the hair to do the talking for me. Oh, I think I'm gonna puke. But thank you. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. I heard something. But yeah, that's why the hair is growing this way today. Because if it grows west, that's the best. If it grows east, not the least. But if it grows up, go go ask it what's up. Yeah, it doesn't. Stupid. It's a stupid ritual. Even though I do it every morning, I still think it's stupid. Anyways, I gotta go. Everybody take care of yourselves. Thank you for the company. Don't forget to watch something funny. Don't give up. And yeah, be safe. I love you. Be creative.